Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, bringing you another plethora of Dark Souls PvP invasions. This is Dark Anolondo, and it immediately means that the lock-on is going to be dog shit, and I'm not going to have a lot of fun. But I have to give respect to Dark Anolondo because it's showed me, you know, fighting without a lock-on can be just as effective as fighting with the lock-on. As I take on this guy who's using the Great Sword of Artorias, semi-full Havel set, Grasscrest Shield, Mask of the Mother, and pretty much, you know, any of the generic bullshit that you will see day to day on this game. From a player who is not investing any time in getting better and is relying on the fact that he's just bulldozing through opponents because they don't have the spec he has. But guess what? I do the parry and I miss the riposte because, like, this game is fucking madness. Right there he realises that I'm probably a threat and he does the Wrath of God to finish me off, even though I'm still pretty much a novice, I'm still learning, and the parry timings online are brutal. When you see these videos where people parry everything and you think, oh, I can do that, you can when you're in a good match where, you know, you go for your first parry and the timing is spot on and you know it then, you found your reach, so to speak, you know the timing, and then you're just a fiend. But if you can't find that reach, you're in so much trouble trying to parry. It's just luck, and I hate it. Like, I can pretty much 70% of the time parry every single part of the single player of this game, but online, nowhere near that high percentage, as I come to this guy who is a serial shrugger. But this is actually a really exciting fight. I had a lot of fun with this, and I actually regretted wearing the Hornet's Ring because I forgot I had it on. Because this dude is here to fight, he's here to PvP, he's got a unique build, it's a fun build, and we have a pretty fun fight. But I am wearing the Hornet Ring, and for a duel like this, I would never wear it, because it's one of those things where when I do get the backstab or I get the parry, it shortens the duel, and I do think the longer duels are the ones that are more fun to watch. But there's the bows. I did not pop grass. He pulls out a lightning Evelyn out of nowhere, which I'm like, that's pretty sneaky. He's using a semi-full set of Dark Wraith armor. He's bald on top, he's got his face shining through, he's using a bit of pyromancy, and I think he's free aiming this pyromancy as well, which you've got to give him props for, because it's difficult to do. Like, look at that, that was an amazing little shot. It didn't quite work out because of lag or whatever. He's using the Black Knight Halberd, which is an interesting and difficult weapon to use. It's not as easy as you'd think, but it is exceptionally powerful, so we're kind of sizing each other up. We've both got a very similar style, because he's using a weapon with some ridiculous range, as I run in with the scythe there. I try and get him with a backstab, but the scythe's just a little bit too slow. I'm kind of regretting my shortle as a secondary right now, because I know this guy's not going to hide from me. This guy's looking to fight, he's going to play intelligently, but he's not going to hide. And he doesn't have a shield that's good enough at hiding, and that's what tells me that this guy's going to play a little better. So I'm throwing a couple of rolls out. He does a couple of combustions on me, which really hurt when you're removing them. Pulls the Evelyn out, I get the backstab, and unfortunately the Hornet's Ring finishes him off. So I actually sent an apology to that guy, because I had a lot of fun in that fight. And I love fighting against people that do that. I love fair, close fights, because they're the most exciting, and they're the best ones to watch. But I get the feeling that this is not going to be one, because every time I invade in the catacombs, I never get anybody who wants to fight fair. I just get people that, you know, they either don't know what they're doing, or they just want to kill you in any means possible. So this guy, he's got full dragon head and dragon torso, he's got the Solaire shield, and I think he's rocking a claymore. So he comes in, he strikes me with a claymore, it sets me on fire, which tells me it's either a fire claymore plus 10, or it's a chaos claymore. I wish you could tell what your enemy's using. I strike him there, and then he does the dragon scream, which is a stun, and what the fuck is that? Oh, skeleton's attacking him. Time out. And wow, that's, whoa, did you see that for lag? That's how much I'm lagging in this fight. So this is a really important fight, and it's important because I learnt something, and that is what I learnt right there. I learnt that when they're in dragon form, they have absolutely no poise, and I didn't know that. So now I don't have to worry about them so much as long as I know when I get a strike to swing away science style, because no poise on this game is a death sentence. But this is the world of Sergeant Sled, clearly a Borderlands fan, and I can't quite remember. Oh, there we go, interesting transition. I'm going to have to go in and put crossfades on these because they're far too sudden. But this guy is down near the blacksmith, near Vamos. He's wearing full Knight of Catalina, I believe it's called. He's also got the Black Knight shield, and he's using the scythe, even though it doesn't look like one. That's what it's called. And this is a kind of funny match, this, because this player's obviously not too good, and immediately he starts trying to fish for backstabs, and once he realises that it's not going to work, because this environment is not really backstab friendly. Also, we're both using weapons that need room to swing, so this is not the best area for an encounter. So not only is this unconventional, but it's also kind of funny, because this is not where we want to have this encounter, this is not where you want to fight. And he doesn't want to go outside because of the wheel skeletons are going to fuck them up. I'm just kind of, you know, embracing the grind, so I'm doing jump attacks, I'm testing the waters, I'm taking his scythe, I'm, you know, fishing for a couple of parries every so often when I see him swing. It's kind of an interesting encounter. If I wanted to just, you know, run through this guy, I would put the shortle on, but I didn't. And you'll notice, I believe that is my first successful parry victory. So it's a pretty important milestone, and I know for people who've been playing this a lot, it doesn't sound all that impressive, and it probably didn't look that impressive, but when you've never done it, and this is kind of your odyssey of learning the game, it's a good moment, and I was happy with it. And some people might find it kind of underwhelming compared to some of those videos I've put up where I'm getting ganked and I'm landing parries and things, but that is not in sequence. Those videos I throw up are the ones that are probably some of the more exciting ones that I've played, and they're not necessarily in sequence. So at this moment in time on this character, I was not at that skill level, and it felt really good, because I do think that parries on this game are a matter of patience. Why did I say patience? I don't know why I said that. Are a matter of confidence, sorry. If you land a parry, it gives you so much confidence to try a parry the next time. The more you land it, the more you feel confident in using it, and the confidence itself can separate, you know, a close fight from a good victory. And this is not a good example of it, as the Phantom tries to Wrath of God me off the bridge. I might have said this before, but I'm going to reiterate. If you ever invade in this area in New Londo, if anyone is stood on that bridge, they're a bitch. Plain and simple. And these two guys are no different. And these guys are bad players, because not only are they 2v1ing me, but they're also fishing for backstabs when they're doing that. And if I could have only chain stabbed this host, I could have probably won this fight. But that happens, and yeah. When bad players can't get their you know, beloved backstabs, they just mash, and that's interesting. But now this is a mindfuck. I see that guy on the ladder. I bow to show that I know you're there, dude. I can see you. What are you doing? It's like, yo, you're on the ladder. Ladder, man, I see you. And he finally decides against it, and he drops down here, and I don't know if you noticed, but he's carrying a grant. And a grant tells me everything. Either this guy is spec'd so close to like the Paladin Leroy / Gal Vinland build that, you know, he can carry it effectively, or he's a very high level. And lo and behold, he's got a buddy. So at this point, I have no interest, because this is literally the next fight after I got ganked in New Londo. I moved to a new place, and this is what presents itself. These two idiots praising the sun. And this is one of the most bizarre fights I've ever been in, because if I'd have run up to them while they were taunted and charged the Chaos Storm, I could have killed these guys. I could have used this time now to change to the Bellow Crest Ring and just gone up there and messed them up. But I didn't, because I like to fight fair, and I'm an idiot. So they start taunting, neither of them is interested in fighting. They I don't know what they're doing, man. They're wanting to intimidate me, and he's dancing with the Chandler's Trident, which you can't get mad at because it's hilarious. Look at that stupid dance. I bow hoping that one of them will come to fight, and he doesn't. So they shrug, because these people aren't here to fight, guys. These people are here to grief. That's all they want to do. They want to grief you. So I walk up to this dude and I roll backwards to try and, you know, make him think I'm going to attack, to try and make him nervous, but it doesn't work. And I could have probably committed to beating up one of these dudes, but I'm trying to eke them into attacking, because as soon as they engage, they're both going to engage me. That's just how it works. So I do a jumping attack on the host, which hits both of them. And I only do it so that he'd engage me, and he doesn't. He just heals, and he goes back to being a fag. But now he knows I'm going to attack, so I lure the parry. And I nail it! And this is when the Phantom decides that, oi, this might be more serious, and then he gets a lag stab on me. So I get up and immediately backstab the host. And if I was wearing the Hornet's Ring, this would be over, but I'm not. And I want this to be the chain stab, and then I get lag stabbed by that bastard again. So I get up, go straight for the host, and then I get him with a backstab. And it's literally just, you know, fuck me and I'll fuck you back. It's ridiculous. And I charge a Firestorm prematurely because I'm kind of... a Chaos Storm, sorry. Because I'm kind of excited. He starts taunting, so I backstab him. And then I believe this guy gets the backstab on me, which is laggy as balls. And it's all over, because that weapon is too powerful for it not to work. And these two guys, you know, completely pleased with their performance, because that's a fair fight. Do their little dances, and... fucking douchebags.